really late or canceling. So, but I'm going to start off actually kind of talking a little bit how I got into nutrition. So, for a little bit, a couple minutes. And mostly, my passion for chiropractic came when I was in college. So a lot of times I tell my story when I first became a chiropractor to new patients that come in. But what happened, I ended up getting, through chiropractic college. I got married right before chiropractic college, and my passion for nutrition happened afterwards. So I grew up in a typical home where, I don't know, Midwest, I guess, and my mom was a working mom, two working parent household. I remember having some shriveled up oranges and broccoli in the bottom drawer of the refrigerator. I don't remember eating healthy all the time. So this has been a journey for me, but it's my second passion. And why it became my second passion is because as I was going through chiropractic college, I actually got married right before chiropractic college, and I had my kids actually through the chiropractic program. So halfway through the program, I had my first son. Well, when I was pregnant with him, I was not only taking classes for nutrition through the chiropractic curriculum that I was doing, but I was just trying to get my bachelor's in science. So I was taking night classes too. So I was taking another nutrition class. So here I'm pregnant, and so now I'm really aware of every little thing that's going into my body because I'm, feeding not only me, but someone else, with other life in me. So I really got passionate about nutrition at that point in time. And unfortunately, my poor husband had to suffer through the whole transition because he had to, endure. I literally overnight was out went the soda, out went iceberg lettuce, out went the white bread, all these things, and all of a sudden I'm bringing all these vegetables and fruits and different things in the house that, we never had before, and it was I was all about eating healthy. So that's when I really started getting really passionate about it, and I really realized how it affects our body. So starting off the new year, like I said, through this year, I'm trying to do a promotion about trying to inspire health, and through a healthy body, healthy mind, healthy heart, and healthy soul or spirit. So I'm quartering up, we're going to spend a couple months on each section, so I want to start off, since everybody that starts the new year always wants goals, and start off trying to eat healthy. So that's nutrition I picked for a topic, because usually that's one of the big goals. People want to change how they eat and their lifestyle, and nutrition is a good place to start. So I always like to give the why this is really important. So every year, 81 million people have one or more forms of cardiovascular disease, including high blood pressure, coronary heart disease, stroke, and heart failure. It is the #1 killer in our nation, heart disease is. And so there is a difference. It's very important to kind of think about the why. Why is it? So adult obesity rates have doubled in the past 30 years from 15 to 30%. Children, even worse, as obesity rates for our young youth have nearly tripled during the same period. So not only adults are getting, heavier, so is our children. Currently, there's over 9 million children 6 years of age or older who are obese. And due to this, actually, they're starting to launch diabetes screening type 2, which is food-related diabetes screens before kindergarten. So this is how bad it's getting. So the Center for Disease Control, the National Institute of Health, those are the people who monitor our country's health. They say 1 out of every 3 children born in 2000 will be diabetic by the time they're 30. It's really, really sad statistics we got. Also, other statistics have shown that they say this generation that's under 10 isn't thought to live past our current generation, as in years. They're actually reversing now. It was the first time we're starting them where they think that people are going to die younger again because of this trend that they're seeing. 1 in 4 overweight children are already showing early signs of the type 2, which I already kind of talked about, and that's why we're doing the obesity screenings. Also, we're also seeing heart disease start to show up in young children. We're getting heart disease now in high schoolers. So it's really, really kind of crazy. So between 1997 and 2002, The diagnosed cases of type 2 diabetes went up 10 million to 17 million. And according to Diabetes Vision, that number grows by 1 million each year. So it's not, again, the trend's still occurring. 1 in every 5 people suffer from some form of degenerative disease, such as diabetes, arthritis, cardiovascular disease, any vascular diseases, and we also have glaucoma, emphysema, kidney disease, liver problems, vocal problems, nervous system problems, cancer, the list goes on and on. This is a slide, actually one of my colleagues, Dr. Bruce Bond, he created this slide, so I can't take the credit for it, but he likes to say that we treat our body, the typical person treats their body like a hairy trash can, that we got a hairy lid and we just open up and we put whatever garbage or whatever we think we can into it. And so this slide is just kind of like just America, like mostly what we eat and do. And not only, you have to think about not only what we eat, at the end we'll talk about the detox, anything that comes on our skin, anything we breathe in, our liver has to cleanse that out. Our liver has to process anything that is not natural. It has to convert it into a form to cleanse our body and then try to get rid of it. So we kind of summarize this in the top 10 tips for healthy eating. So top number 10 tip, avoid inflammatory foods. So these are foods that tend to make us go more shift over to inflammatory state. So a lot of these diseases, inflammatory diseases are asthma, that's inflammation of the lung lining, arthritis of the joints and the valve, heart disease, inflammation of the arteries, and then we have cancer, which is just like cells that are multiplying out of control, which can be caused by inflammation. So to avoid, these foods are really important to avoid. Corn, dairy, especially sugar, gluten, we got the polyunsaturated oils, so these are your trans fats. Processed foods, caffeine is definitely an irritant. We have alcohol, red meat, and the egg yolks. The number 9 tip is consider your glycemic index. So, and of course, healthy tip number 8, avoiding chemicals. Number 7, so that's the eating gluten-free and caseinate-free. So, number 6, healthy snacking. Studies have shown that the average person consumes 168 pounds of sugar a year. Okay, tip number 5, eat green. So, the greener the better. Dark green leafy, really good for your liver, your spinach. You have the kale is actually the number 1 vegetable for your liver, if you can, eat it. Okay, we got to talk about omegas, of course. So we have the research found that omega-3 deficiency diets cause up to 96,000 preventable deaths annually in the United States. So you want to eat healthier proteins. Okay. Health tip number 2, eat vitamin-rich foods, which we've been kind of going over. This is kind of just summarizing. We want to make sure when we pick something up, let's evaluate how much sugar is in it, how much is it going to help me? Is it going to hurt me more than it's going to help me? And then the final tip is laying up to try to do elimination diet or the detox diet.